So, Dean, start with telling us what brought you to Montauk. Tell us where you were from and what brought you to Montauk.
I'm from Missouri, and I joined the military. I wasn't drafted, but they had the draft when I enlisted, and I knew I was going to get drafted, so figured I had to get that out of the way. So I went and joined the Air Force, went to basic training in Texas for like 2 months, and then they sent me to Montauk. Now, in basic training, it's kind of interesting because in basic training, when you're through with it's like two months training. And when you're through, when you get your assignment, your duty assignment, you meet with other guys that are in the travel section of the Air Force. You go and, sit at a desk and go over where you're going to go, and they get your tickets and give you your tickets. And I was in the Air Force. I didn't fly anywhere. But I was taking the train from Lackland Air Force Base in Texas to Montauk, New York. And the guy I was meeting with that was giving me the tickets and trying to help me out by telling me a little bit about where I was going, couldn't tell me anything. And he said, I've never heard of Montauk, New York. And he said, it looks like it's pretty nice. So he said, look at this road. See, there's a lot of nice roads. That means there's a lot of rich people living out there.
Really?
Yeah, he said. Look at a lot of really nice highways out there. So I had a layover when I got out in Kansas City for 2 weeks. Actually, it was around Christmas time. So I got on the train in Kansas City, came to New York, and I missed the train that came out to Long Island. The train got into New York City at Penn Station. I don't know. It was really late, and the train that was going to Montauk had already gone. So I had to stay in there overnight, and it was New Year's Eve. So I hung out in Penn Station all night, New Year's Eve. One guy told me I could try to go down to the Y. I tried this. Are you kidding? We're full. So I hung around the Penn Station and got the train the next morning to go to Montauk. So I took the train to Montauk the next morning. I get in Montauk, and they stop the train. I get off the train, and there's nothing there. I'm thinking, where am I? There's not anything here at all. I asked somebody that got off the train with me. Oh no, the town's further up the road. I said, well, why don't the train go into town? So anyway, I called the base. I said, look, I have no idea where I'm at. You guys are going to have to come and get me. Now to go at the Air Force base when it was the 773rd Radar Squadron, you had to have a secret clearance. And then when I was home on my break in between, going from Texas to Montauk, a lot of my neighbors would come over and say, they came around talking to us about you, asking us a lot of questions about you. And I said, they did. That's because I didn't know what they're doing. But I had a secret clearance. Anybody on the base had a secret clearance. If you worked on the Hill in the radar site, you had to have top secret clearance. And so I had a secret clearance, and I was a cook. I had a secret clearance to be a cook. But during the Cuban Missile Crisis, they made me an air police because they needed more guards on the gate. So they put me on the gate to help guard the base when we had the base closed during the Cuban Missile Crisis. That was really a big deal. Everybody thought we were almost in war. I think we almost were.